great. Christina, you did a great job. You really did. You did a great job. Like it was well managed. And I think your team handled it really well. Like everyone's been really friendly. And the first one was a little nerve-wracking, but I think by like the third one, you're like in the flow. I think it's great that it is kind of a grilling and their ability to bring that kind of advice and expertise to the start, which is exactly the reason for doing it. So
yes, it was really intense, but also very good practice, and also really good learning.
Actually, from the whole session, definitely I like the first one. So the persona, it was very exciting for me, like a pitching face to face to many investors or people, no matter like an investor. So I was like missing the experience of like a pitching face to face. So very interesting, and I also love the session that we had with the CFO. So the discussion was very deep, and I learned a lot during that session. So definitely I look forward to have like more sessions like that with the sharks.
Definitely different in the sense that I think a lot of pitch events are more focused around the pitch itself, as in like maybe like it's a 20-minute pitch and then there's like a little bit of Q&A. But I think in those environments, obviously people don't have time to digest it yet. So their questions can be quite shallow in there. And it's harder to get really deep into the business and what their actual concerns are. Like, I think if you're at a pitch event, no investor wants to say like, hey, but like, does this even really work? Like no one wants to be that person in an event. Like you don't want to seem like you're like knocking the startup or something like that. But I think in an environment where it is more closed and everyone's aware that this is sort of the format, I think people are a lot more free to be honest with their feelings about the business, with their concerns about the business. And I think obviously in some ways that rules more people out, but in other ways it also means that the people who get it really get it and they fully understand the business, and like they're not just going to invest and then be like, oh wait, I didn't realize that this was the case, or like where has that come from? When you so I think like it helps to give a more full picture of the startup. Some of the questions allow you to also go away and think about things and be like, oh, okay, that's a really interesting question. Like, how would I answer that differently? Or like, what are our thoughts on that? And like, how can we do better on this? And I think, there's more reflection that comes from that, which is helpful.
I think what I didn't expect was how, well, I guess intense in the sense that there were so many people come together. And I don't think I've experienced that many investors come together in the one event and have those investor conversations that I've been having more individually with individual VCs and angels.